Hello, friends. So let's continue with chapter 1, another subtopic of chapter 1, freeing yourself from the mind, an exploration of the voice in your head and stillness beyond it. This synopsis is designed to be read slowly and reflectively, allowing the depths of these insights to settle within you. It explores the transition from being lost in the noise of the mind to discover the profound stillness of your true essence. Beyond word to essence of presence, the fog of the mind, the greatest philosophical error, the screen of thought, when the tool becomes the master, finding the off button, awakening to the voice in your head. So, what is the difference between knowing about something and experiencing it? It's an open concept. It can't be limited or grasped, and not something far away. It is your essence right now. Accessible as the simple feeling of your own presence, the I am that exists before labels like I am a teacher. Words like God or being point towards reality, but aren't the reality itself. The key question, does a word help you experience that reality, or does it just become another idea you believe in? A key insight, understanding being word is about recognizing your fundamental presence and not just about intellectual concept. The fog of the mind. What is the biggest obstacle to peace isn't external, but a habit we don't even realize we have. It's a compulsive thinking. We identify ourselves with our minds. This causes thinking to become compulsive, making it difficult to stop even if we want to. Like some thoughts coming to my mind, and if I identify with those thoughts, I give it more attention, I give it more power. They become bigger. Anything which we give attention to, we make it big in our lives. So if a thought is coming to my head that I am not a great human being, that thought, if I give attention to it every day, every hour, every second, every day of the year, that thought will slowly become bigger in my mind because I've given a lot of attention to that thought, and that might get manifested because of that reason. So the thinking become compulsive. I don't know how to stop that thought because I've given it, for myself, I've given it so much power to it. Now it's become so big that I don't know how to stop it. It becomes compulsive. It automatically happens. I don't know how to stop it. Blocking inner stillness. So this constant mental noise acts like a cloud, blocking inner stillness and preventing us from accessing our true essence. Mind made self. When lost in this noise, we create a false mind made self, filled with fear and suffering, disconnected from the authentic presence. Did you know in the modern world everyone does this? So we think this it's normal, but this incessant, continuous mental chatter can actually be a dreadful affliction. It can be a addiction. In fact, it is the biggest addiction. It is the real addiction. Addiction to thoughts. So then Eckhart Tolle says in chapter 1 part 2, the greatest philosophical error. I think, therefore I am. But what if he got it backwards? Descartes' famous statement captures a fundamental misunderstanding, the mistake, equating your identity with your thoughts. When you believe you are your thoughts, you live in the apparent separateness. Means I'm separate from others. I'm alone. This creates fear. This creates a world that seems incredibly complex, filled with endless problems and conflicts. These problems are just reflections of a fragmented mind. So fragmented mind equal to apparent separateness equal to endless problems. And enlightenment equal to wholeness equal to at one with life equal to end of suffering. So it's the antidote to negative frame of mind, the fragmented mind. So key insight is enlightenment is not abstract. It is the end of suffering and freedom from being enslaved to thought. So basically, if I stop believing in that thought, then I'm truly, in true sense, I'll be free. So enlightenment, then in true sense, I can be enlightened if I can be free, if I can free myself of all those kind of negative thoughts. In the end, I am enlightened. I just need to free myself from him, from my own mind. And that is the end of suffering. That is enlightenment. The screen of thought. What if there is an invisible barrier between you and reality? Identifying with the mind creates an opaque screen made of concepts, labels, images, and judgments. So, whatever I'm thinking, like I'm not a good human being, that creates a screen of thought in my mind. I'm always looking at that screen, that movie in my mind. When it becomes big for me to view. So it's like opaque screen, a blurry screen. It's not very clear, but I'm always looking at that screen, and it generates labels: not good, not good enough. Images, I can see myself sometimes in the past being embarrassed because of not being good enough, and judgments. All those judgments keeps on going around in my head. I judge myself a lot of times because fundamentally I that thought is there always that I'm not good enough. So I'm judging myself when I'm interacting with others that I'm not as good as the other person is. I haven't done as well as the other person has done. So it's a endless loop. Person, this is a screen I think that they're showing. So a person, individual experiencing perception barrier, screen of thought, concepts, labels, judgments, and images. So reality, direct experience, obstructed by labels. The reality is hidden from me. It gets obstructed by the labels. So what this screen does, it stands between you and yourself, stands between you and other people, stands between you and the natural world, creates the illusion that you are separate from everyone else, everything else. So the paradox, you may believe intellectually that everything is connected, but you can no longer feel that oneness is obvious, self-evident reality. A belief can be comforting, but only direct experience can truly liberate you. So, thought provoking insight is a belief can be comforting, but only direct experience can truly liberate you from the illusion of separateness. So, when the tool becomes the master, the mind is like a superb instrument, it's a tool, but what happens when the instrument starts playing itself? Mind as a tool aids in tasks, problem solving, creativity. It's a tool which we use to solve the problems, do our tasks, and use it for creative purposes. But when the tool takes over, the compulsive thinking, the mind starts playing itself. Not good enough, not good enough, didn't do well, that they did better, you did do better, you can't speak properly, you can't do this properly because you're not good enough, not good enough, not good enough. So mind as a master, because we start thinking, we start listening to it, we start giving it more attention, it becomes a master. We become like a slave because we are always thinking to it, we believing it what it's saying to us. So it becomes master and we lose the power over the mind. So it was a tool to help us, but now it has become master because we have paid enough attention to it all the time. Whenever it speaks, we take it very seriously. You become identified with thought, it uses you. So The disease metaphor. In the body, disease occurs when a natural process like cell division gets out of balance. It's a metaphor. How does a disease happen? How does cancer happen? When the cell starts dividing itself and the division of cells gets out of balance, it starts happening automatically. It doesn't stop, it gets into a loop. Similarly, the mind is superb instrument when used correctly, but it becomes a destructive tool when it takes over us. So the real problem is it's not that you use mind incorrectly, it is that you often don't use it at all. It uses you. You have fallen into the delusion that you are your mind because I am listening to it. I think I am, that is part of me because I'm paying a lot of attention to it. This instrument has effectively taken you over. So the illusion of control. You might feel you still use your mind to accomplish tasks, but often the mind is simply chewing on problems like dog chews on a bone. The mind loves to have something to sink its teeth into, regardless of whether it serves your deeper interests. So, quick reflection. Observe your thoughts for a few moments. Are you actively directing them, or do they seem to be running on their own, often repeating familiar patterns? Finding the off button. Can you stop thinking whenever you want to? The simple test. Ask yourself, can you be free of your mind whenever you want to? Have you found the off button? If you cannot stop thinking, then mind is using you. The hard truth. You are its slave without even realizing it. As you were possessed by an entity you have mistaken for yourself. The breakthrough. Realizing you are not the thinker is the beginning of true freedom. Is realizing that you are not the thinker. Watching the thinker. Once you know this, you can start to watch the thinker, activating higher consciousness. The moment you begin to observe your thoughts instead of just having them, a higher level of consciousness is activated. So this is really important. The same thoughts coming running in my mind all over again and again, and now I am not identifying with them. I am the watcher now. I watch those thoughts. Okay, I know they're coming. They're not true. They keep on running. That those thoughts are not me. I am not those thoughts. Those thoughts are separate from me. So slowly they'll lose power over me because I know now they are not true. So I become the observer. I don't take them seriously anymore. I don't believe they are true. So try this now. Silent observer. For the next minute, simply observe your thoughts as they arise. Don't judge them. Don't follow them. Just watch them like clouds passing in the sky. Notice the space between thoughts. This simple act begins to loosen the mind's grip. So let's do this activity for 1 minute. So a lot of thoughts kept coming to me, and I kept reminding myself that these thoughts are not true. So I kept losing my grip on them. So they kind of got cut halfway before they became powerful. Because they cut halfway, I brought my attention to the present moment. I'd lost connection with those thoughts halfway. So they did not have as much grip as on me as normally if they had kept on running for 5 minutes non-stop. Finding the off button. Can you stop thinking whenever you want to? The simple test. Ask yourself, can you be free of your mind whenever you want to? Have you found the off button? If you cannot stop thinking, then the mind is using you. The hard truth. You are its slave without even realizing it, as if you were possessed by an entity you have mistaken for yourself. So, breakthrough. Realizing you are not the thinker is the beginning of true freedom, is realizing that you are not the thinker. Watching the thinker. Once you know this, you can start to watch the thinker. Next is awaken the voice in your head. Almost everyone hears a voice in their head all the time. The difference between mad people and normal people, they just do it silently. What is this voice? Yeah, so what he says is he was once passing, going through the in the train. He saw a mad person who was outrightly outside. He was speaking non-stop. He was speaking different things. He was saying random things loudly in the train. So then a realization came to him that we are the same. Even though we are not out loudly saying things, but our mind inside is doing the same thing. It's randomly saying things to us, saying thoughts to us randomly, the mind. So we are like a mad person if we are associated with our mind all the time. So what the voice does, it constantly commenting, speculating, judging, and complaining, rarely relevant to the present moment. Like if I'm going in a train, I'll start judging the other person. A mother is coming with a child, and the mother is when getting on the train, the door was about to close. So the mind says uh, they were so unsafe. Why can't they come on time? They could have waited for the next train. They didn't have to take so much risk. They must be in a hurry. So all those thoughts keep on bombarding us, and depending on who I'm looking at that time. Because I'm associated with the mind, it keeps on talking, it keeps on commenting, it keeps on speculating, judging, complaining. Rarely relevant to the present moment. So, what is the present moment? I'm sitting here and I'm going somewhere, and without rather than thinking about that, what do I need to do? My intention, I'm randomly looking at things and starting judging, commenting, speculating. Wasting time because those things have nothing to do with me. So what's my job? I'm going for a job. I'm not focusing on it. I've lost focus of that, and the mind is just holding on to some random things around. If not around, if I close my eyes, it goes in the past, starts thinking about the past. So I've lost the connection to the present moment. Where am I sitting? What am I doing? I've lost connection to that. So usually rehashing the past or worrying about the future. Even when speaking about what's happening now, it interprets through the lens of the past. So let's say I'm going on a job and I might start thinking that I'll have to ask for help in that job because last time I did that job, I was in trouble. I'm not good enough in that. that particular thing. So I may have to ask for help. So I'll start thinking, who will I go to help? Who will I ask for help? If that person doesn't help me, will I go to the other person to help? If no one helps me, then what will I do? So this prevents you from seeing things as they truly are. That problem was in the past. It's not now. Now, I may be good at. I may have learned. I may be good at doing that thing. So I don't have to worry about that thing right now. So we unnecessarily keep on worrying, take bringing the past experience in the present. So we have lost the grip from the present. Vast realm beyond thought. So there is a vast realm of intelligence that exists far beyond thought. Thought is only a tiny part of that intelligence. Things that truly matter, beauty, love, creativity, inner peace, comes from beyond the mind. So that's why when lot of famous creative people, they make something really nice and famous, they say they don't know how they could do that particular thing at that moment. They suddenly woke up and something came in and they started doing it at that time. Luckily they were not using their mind, so the universe could connect to them. So all the beauty, love, creativity, inner peace comes from beyond the mind when the mind is not thinking. So listen in for a few moments. Consciously pay attention to the voice in your head. What is it saying? Is it focused on the present, or is it dwelling on the past or future? Just observe without judgment. So let's do this exercise for half a minute. So hope you had some experience of the voice in your head running around like a mad person, past and future, while our only job is to keep on noticing, observing it, trying to come in the present moment. Eckhart Tolle will tell in the book how to do that practical exercises. So let's keep reading. So hope you had a good exercise. You can see your mind running thoughts of past and present. Just keep on cutting those thoughts off and coming to present moment. See what you're doing right now, what's in front of you. So let's keep reading. Almost everyone hears a voice in their head at all the time. The difference between mad people, we have done that. So, reflective conclusion, you are not the voice, you are the one who hears it. As we consider these ideas, take a moment to notice the voice in your head right now. Can you step back and simply listen to it without judging it? By doing so, you are taking the first step towards reclaiming your identity from the mind. You are beginning to realize that you are not the voice, but the one who hears it. In that space of observation, the stillness of being begins to emerge, leading you towards a life of wholeness and peace. So, like you enter into the room, there was darkness, you didn't know what was going on. Suddenly, you switch on the light. So now you see what's in the room. So the darkness will dispel in the presence of light. So all we have to do is switch on the light by being present, by observing. By the light of our observation, we have to dispel the darkness. We have to weaken the mind. This is all we have to do. It's a daily practice, it's a hourly practice. It's a moment by moment practice. From identification with the journey is from identification with thought towards observation of thought, from fragmentation towards wholeness, from suffering towards peace, from being enslaved to mind towards freedom. So, our next step is conscious presence. Take one small moment each day to simply observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment. So, thoughts is what runs in the mind, feelings is what the body's reaction to those thoughts. Am I feeling sad? And I can feel the emotions of sadness in my body. It may be clenching of heart, maybe heaviness in the heart. So recognize that you are the awareness witnessing them, not the thoughts themselves. This simple practice is a powerful step towards lasting peace and freedom. So let's go through some slides to better understand this. This is a revision, kind of a revision of what we have just discussed. So freeing yourself from the mind and exploration of voice in your head and stillness beyond it. So this is just like this random thoughts starts running in our mind and we think we are those thoughts. Words are only signposts. Posts. Neither God nor being can define the ineffable reality behind the word. The question is, does the word help you experience reality or become a mental idol? The label God is a closed concept, reducing the infinite invisible to infinite entity. The pointer being is an open concept, impossible to form a mental image of your very essence. So that's why he's using the word being. He's not using the predefined labels like God. I am. Being is your very essence. It is immediately accessible to you as a feeling of your own presence. It is a realization I am that comes prior to I am this or I am that.